No, no buzz. A Just Bees book club, snaking backwards through 2023. I read my first Flannery O'Connor. A good man is hard to find in other stories. The Barnes and Noble Modern Classics edition. I never read Flannery O'Connor before. I've been, hearing the name since high school, probably. Never ran into one of her stories. First one in here. Good Man is Hard to Find. Heard about it a million times. Somehow never knew what it was. Now I do. It's a good story. That and Good Country People are like the huge standouts to me in this, but almost all of it is quite good. So I think 10 stories total. Yeah, Good Man is Hard to Find. Family goes to go on vacation. Some things happen. The River, a boy gets baptized. Some things happen. The Life You Save May Be Your Own. That one I remember being good, but it then came. Oh no, there was one between. Mr. Shiflett. Oh yes. One of the many good country boys in this series comes to town, meets a girl who's unable to speak, and some things happen. Which one was A Stroke of Good Fortune? All four of these first ones, I think, just go. I just really enjoyed all of them. Stroke of Good Fortune, I think, is the shortest in here. Oh yes. A woman starts feeling like she's come down with something. The stairs are harder and harder to climb, but a palmistry expert, a palmistrist, fortune teller, tells her that it's going to be hard, but there will be a stroke of good fortune at the end of it. She's noticed that she's getting a little bigger, but her husband doesn't seem to mind at all. And then some things happen. Then actually the first 5 of these. A Temple of the Holy Ghost, also very good. Two girls visit from a nunnery, and some things happen. And then we have 2 real shitty stories. One real shitty story, the title of which I'm simply not going to say, because it is The Artificial and then Slur. It's about a grandfather and a grandson who's about 10, and they go into Atlanta. The grandfather, with the reasoning that he wants to show the boy that he will never, or that the country life is the good life and that city life is terrible, because the boy brags that he was born in the city. And it sucks. It was a bummer because the first line is, I think, extremely beautifully written. Mr. Head awakened to discover that the room was full of moonlight. A good sentence for a racist ass story. Circle in the Fire. I don't know if I was low on it, because I feel like if I read it outside of the context of having just read the previous story, I would have been like, there's some interesting shit in here. It's like an older woman and her friend who's like a servant talking, and these 3 boys come up with like a suitcase, and they say that like it's one of the boys' favorite place in the world, and then they can't get rid of the boys, and then some shit happens. And there's some good stuff in there, but it's also a bit of a hangover from the previous story. Then there's a late encounter with the enemy, which I thought was neat. Very sort of obvious how it was going to end from the very beginning. I wonder if yeah. First sentence kind of gives the game away. General Sash was 104 years old. He lived with his granddaughter, Sally Poker Sash, who was 62 years old, and who prayed every night on her knees that he would live until her graduation from college. So it's the first 2 sentences. A pretty good sort of case study of 2 shitty people. maybe the definitive statement about this uh, collection that one could make about the contents of it. A pretty good case study of two particularly shitty people. Um, Good country people. I guess this is only a case study of one particularly shitty person, but both of the people in it are kind of shitty. Holga and God, what's his? Oh, there's a lot of shitty people in this actually. And a little Bible salesman who sort of seems enamored of Holga, and then some things happen. And then the final one is the displaced person, in which Flannery O'Connor writes a sort of novella about whether to hate black people or Polish people more. And the answer, of course, is that some things happen, and it turns out everyone kind of sucks. I don't know. With the two extremely strong exceptions, and operating as a baseline that O'Connor was a young British, whatever, a young white woman from the South in the 40s and 50s. So, like, if you don't want to read that, don't read that. But this is a Just Bees book club. Did I say that? Did I do my tagline at the beginning of this one? I don't remember. It's like a midday record. I probably don't even need the light that I have on. The light from my fucking window is probably enough anyway. Some extremely well written short stories in here, detailing some people who suck. And hey, what's not to like about that? A lot of things, but I like it. So, thanks for not watching.